So today I wanted to do something a little bit different and walked away from my garage and moved my bike somewhere else so we can have kind of a different, I guess, environment and talk a little bit about the FZ09. All right, so here's the bike. Let me just stop quick. So you can probably remember, you probably have seen the bike before. And what I'm trying to do today is not really necessarily just to do a walk around, but I got in a couple questions just recently about the bike. And as you probably know, I'm primarily riding this bike off-road, and I'm using my GSX for more road duty, I guess. And right now, what I'm trying to just point out a couple things that people have been asking me questions about. And some of them are some of the modifications that do not exist for the FZ09, and that's why I want to bring clarity, because I love to share with people, you know, the different things that I do with my bikes and avoid just to keep them a mystery. That way we can all grow and you guys can also have the options to do some of these modifications in your house if you want to. So this is actually designed for the bikes. It is a SW Motec frame saver or cage, as you want to call it. As you can see, it has been used, and it's great because nothing has been transferred to the bike because this has been taking most of the hits. So normally I just gravitate to woodcraft type of like sliders, but for the purpose of this bike, since it's gonna be for the most part off-road, I decided that was gonna be my best, you know, choice of protection for the bike for the way I'm using it right now. I also installed these Colite mini lights or driving lights. This is something that in collaboration with them I install. As you can probably remember, that's the remote that you use to control the lights, and you're probably gonna see them in use on this video, and they work great. They're IP67 if I'm not mistaken, or IP65, so that means that you can, you know, get them wet and they're just not gonna damage, which is great because of the riding that I was doing. One part that I installed on the bike that is not designed for an FZ09, which is also coming from SW Motec, as you can see in here, this is more for FZ09s that are more potentially, you know, Yamaha intended for this bike, you know, to be more on the dirt. But I wanted to kind of, you know, share with you that I did purchase this for the same year. So this is a 2014 model, and this is for that bike, for that same version or variation of the FZ09, the FZ09. And I just made some modifications to adjust it. And the modifications were fairly simple. I think I had to bend one of the brackets, if I'm not mistaken, this one a little bit, and then the one on the other side. But for the most part, the attachment points on the crank are pretty much the same. The main purpose of this was just actually to protect the crank, because I didn't want to hit, you know, any rocks and have it split in the middle of the dirt, as well as the exhaust. I think the most important thing are tires, which I'm gonna show you a close-up in a second. So you can see I'm using Twin Duros Continental TKC 80s, and these are, you know, pretty big block type of tires, as you can tell. I think these are a little bit like 60-40. I don't think they're necessarily 50-50, but they have a great bite, and I'm so impressed with the way they actually handle on the street as well. You can actually push them pretty hard. In the rear, I have, normally you have a 180/55 profile tire for your street tire. You can probably go all the way up to like 190 maybe, but in this case, I'm actually using 170/60 17s, and this is a Michelin Anarchy Wild, and this is a 50/50 tire, so 50 dirt and 50% off street. So you can probably start seeing some degradation, you know, on the blocks, but you know, I try not to use it on the street a lot, but I did a commute of about 50 miles just recently on it while I was driving to the place that I was actually off-roading. So, you know, there seems some use, but nothing pretty bad. But it has a lot of bite, and it's actually, you know, pretty good. And I think it matches the personality of the, you know, of the Twin Duro in the front. So that's essentially all the modifications. I just wanted to show you some of the things that I've been doing, you know, with the bike, and so you can kind of get a feel for it. And if you have questions or you want to know more about, you know, the bike itself or stuff that you want to do to yours, I'll be more than happy to share with you, you know, some of that so you can do it yourself. All right, so now let me just show you the lap off-roading trip that I took, and I hope that you enjoy it.